Tom Jones.
Baby, please make a change.
It's pure blues bliss. Look for Hugh Laurie.
Just let them talk.
Let them talk on Great Performances.
Welcome back. Currently it's 67 degrees, winds going southwest at 22 miles per hour, and the humidity at 51% and the barometric pressure at 29.81 and falling. Now for the area condition, Linton, Jasper, and Oakland experience some partly cloudy skies, with Linton and Jasper and also Oakland at 68 degrees, Bridgeport overcast skies at 70 degrees. Now as we move into our temperature map, now along the Atlantic coast around to the Gulf Coast, temperatures look a little bit warmer in the 70s, 80s, and also 90s, with Buffalo, New York at 82 degrees and Corpus Christi at 94 degrees. Now as you guys can see, the much cooler temperatures, now this is being caused by a cold front that you guys will see on our frontal map, with temperatures well in the 50s, 60s, and also 70s, with Lincoln, Nebraska at 68 degrees. As we take a look into the west, temperatures are in the 50s and the 60s, with Portland, Oregon at 57 degrees and Reno, Nevada at 60 degrees. Now as we take a look at our frontal map, high pressure systems over the Four Corner region, bringing some dry conditions for much of that area. There are a couple of weak stationary fronts, one extending from the northern plains down into the southern plains and another one going right across Idaho. Again, nothing really much in the west. Now, as you guys can see, this cold front that I was talking about earlier, now this is what's causing the warmer temperatures in the east and some cooler temperatures in the Great Lake region. This low pressure system right here is what's and its associated front is what's causing these scattered showers and heavy rainfall for much of the Great Lake region. This is expected to move in overnight and bringing us a great chance of rain. Let's move right into our forecast. Now for tonight, mostly cloudy. Showers are likely overnight, south-southwest winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now for tomorrow's condition, mostly cloudy skies, southwest winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour with a high of 68. Then for tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies, light west-southwest winds at a low of 51. Then for our extent forecast, Wednesday, partly sunny with a high of 71 and a low of 56. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 53. Then for Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 69 and a low of 46. So after tomorrow, Mitch, it appears we can put the umbrella away for a while and enjoy some sunny weather.
I'm counting on it. Thanks, Danny. The North Knox Warriors had a great time at their homecoming Friday night. Cody Cully is with us now with a look at sports. Cody?
Thanks, Mitch. The Warriors rode the strong legs of tailback Zach Stevens to a win over Duggar. I'll have highlights straight ahead when News Center 22 returns.
Coming up this week on WVUT's 22 Magazine. Fall has finally arrived, and with it comes many events and opportunities for you to take advantage of. We'll find out what the Knox County Chamber of Commerce is working on. And then open enrollment for Medicare is just around the corner. But do you need help in signing up or even understanding the process? Generations is ready to help. Find out how on the next 22 Magazine, Saturday night at 7:30 on WVUT.
PBS joins the President and First Lady for an evening of Latin music when In Performance at the White House presents Fiesta Latina. Catch Gloria Estefan, Jose Feliciano, Los Lobos, George Lopez, and many more in this musical celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. In Performance at the White House, Fiesta Latina.
Warriors dominate Bulldogs. Good evening, everyone. For WVUT Sports, I'm Cody Cully. J.C. Field reigns over North Knox's homecoming victory against Duggar Friday night. Fields was named homecoming queen prior to kickoff, and her escort, Zach Stevens, did the heavy lifting on the football field. The Warrior tailback rushed for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Warriors hammered the Bulldogs 36-6. The Warriors scored the first 5 times they touched the football against a Duggar team that dressed only 17 players. Stevens' longest run of the night went for 89 yards as North Knox improved to 4-2 overall and 3-1 in the Southwest 7 Conference. North Knox is back in action at home Friday night when they take on third-ranked Linton. Meanwhile, the Vincennes Lincoln Alices found themselves on the wrong end of a 48-0 whitewashing at the hands of the KZ Warriors Friday night. Lincoln trailed 35-0 at halftime as the Alices were unable to mount any kind of offensive attack. The loss drops Lincoln to 2-4. The Alices will host Washington this Friday night in the annual homecoming game at Inman Field. Pairings for the Vincennes Lincoln boys tennis sectional were drawn this morning. The tournament gets underway Wednesday at 5 p.m. with Washington taking on Vincennes Reveille while the Alices face off against Washington Catholic. The championship is scheduled for Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Lincoln Tennis Courts. The Vincennes University volleyball team went 4-0 to capture the Parkland College tournament Saturday. The Lady Blazers knocked off 7th-ranked Kirkwood and number 13 Des Moines Area Community College on their way to the championship. In Saturday's upset over Kirkwood, Kayla McCadlow recorded 9 kills and 9 digs. Teammate Caitlin Anderson had 17 digs, and Janelle Zachary finished with 15, while Lauren Bratcher had 24 assists. VU, now 16-8, will finally play a home match this Wednesday against Danville Area College in the PE complex at 7 p.m. The Indianapolis Colts showed signs of life last night in a losing effort to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Colts lost on a last-second field goal as the Steelers' Sean Sweezum put it through the uprights to make the final score 23-20. With 5 minutes left in the game and the score tied at 13, the Steelers forced backup quarterback Curtis Painter to fumble, and Troy Polamalu ran it in for a 20-12 lead. Painter redeemed himself and marched his team down the field, where a Joseph Adai run from 6 yards out knotted the score at 20. Steelers QB Ben Roethlisberger then led his team 60 yards for the winning field goal. The loss drops the Colts to 0-3 on the season. Indy starting quarterback Kerry Collins left the game with a possible concussion. Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Buffalo Bills are showing they're for real after producing their second consecutive stunning comeback victory, this time over the New England Patriots. Ryan Lindell hit a 28-yard field goal as time expired to cap a 34-31 win. The Bills overcame a 21-0 second quarter deficit and snapped a 15-game losing streak against the Patriots. Turnovers killed New England. Patriots QB Tom Brady threw 4 interceptions on the day, which matched the number he had all last season. The Patriots fall to 2-1. The Atlanta Dream even the WNBA Eastern Conference Finals with a win yesterday over the Indiana Fever, 94-77. WNBA MVP and Fever forward Tamika Catchings left the game with 4:54 remaining with a right foot injury. Her status for Tuesday's decisive Game 3 is uncertain. Katie Douglas led Indiana with 25 points. In the Western Conference Finals, Minnesota defeated Phoenix 103-86 to advance to the WNBA Finals. Tony Stewart's season has gone from winless to a winning streak at crunch time. For the second week in a row, Stewart had enough fuel in the tank to outlast the field and win the Sylvania 300 at New Hampshire. Clint Boyer looked to be headed to victory lane until he ran out of gas with 2 laps to go. Stewart passed him to pick up his second win of the season. Other chase drivers in the top 10 included Brad Keselowski, who was second, Jeff Gordon was fourth, Matt Kenseth was sixth, and Carl Edwards finished eighth. Stewart has a narrow 7-point lead over Kevin Harvick in the Sprint Cup standings. Bill Haas defeated Hunter Mahan on the third playoff hole to capture the Tour Championship and the FedEx Cup. It was a huge payoff for Haas as he won $1.4 million for the tournament and then the $10 million bonus for the FedEx Cup. The win could possibly also secure a place on the President's Cup for Haas. Captain Fred Couples has one more pick, and the victory could put Haas at the top of the list. And Mitch, that'll wrap up sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Cody. Some Vincennes University students found themselves in a war zone this past weekend. Find out how these weekend warriors fared when we return.
Americans were down and out. They were losing their jobs and their houses, and they wanted a hero that was beat up like they were.
What do they call him? Seabiscuit.
This horse had to come from the bottom of the heap.
Head on head. It's horse against horse.
For a brief moment, a little brown racehorse wasn't just a little brown racehorse.
Seabiscuit on American Experience.
Seabiscuit is the winner.
Finally in the news tonight, Vincennes University students got a taste of combat over the weekend. The event, dubbed Paintball Wars, pits teams of players against one another. Similar to combat, the students wear helmets and use paint guns to kill their opponent. The event is sponsored by Christian Campus Fellowship. Scott Shipman, campus minister, says unlike previous years, spectators were able to check out the action as the combatants battled inside in a closed arena.
The exciting thing about this year is the first time in 12 years that those who just want to watch can actually be right up on the field watching. In the past, they've had to be real far away because of, getting hit.
When a paintball round tags a player, the thin gelatin skin splits open and the liquid inside leaves a bright paint mark. A player who is marked is eliminated from the game. That's all for this evening. For Danny Taborn and Cody Cully, I'm Mitch Columbi. Good night.
This is WVUT Vincennes.
Welcome to our program. Tonight, Jim Fallows of the Atlantic Monthly magazine